Chilanga Converses.
Back with Chilanga Converses with your boy Mr. Pars, or you can call me Sunday.
With Mulu, aka the Kingpin.
And we're interviewing Chilanga's very own Sanjay today. How you doing, man?
Hey man, how's it going? You good?
We're doing just fine.
Awesome.
Okay.
I'm doing great.
So from what I know about you so far, you rap,
Yeah.
and you act.
Yeah.
What else do you do apart from that?
Okay, so I'm self-employed at the moment. I run a business, SISP Solutions. Yeah. So basically we are involved in digital marketing, man, and the development or the pushing of artistic services, in our country.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you based locally, or you like to do work for pretty much the whole city?
Yeah. I think for the whole city, man. Right now, okay, we are focusing on Chilanga, man, because we're trying to raise value from where we come from. How do we bring people from out there here? Because, we need to follow where people are, but some things are worth following. You know what I mean?
That's definitely true.
What does CISP stand for?
Creative Internet Service Providers.
Yes. That's all right.
Also,
Yeah, so I guess from the name you can derive that you primarily use the internet to get your content across there to other people.
For sure. The internet basically is our market. That's our place. We are taking advantage of that beautiful creation.
Uh-huh.
We said, okay, how can we do our part with what we've actually learned? So we became creative internet service providers. The name basically explains who we are. Creative on the internet, providing services.
Providing a service.
Yes.
Definitely true. And there's a lot of local talent that's not being shown out there.
That's for
right?
sure. That's for sure. Like I personally also too am an artist.
Yeah.
I also like how by calling yourself creative, you're not limiting yourself to any one genre of music or,
For sure.
or any one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be
exhibiting like art.
Yeah, for
Artists,
sure.
you know?
Exactly.
yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is actually. Because we have a vision also to have an e-commerce website, one that to focus on intellectual property, artistic intellectual property. So we're looking at books, of course, music, and a little bit of other stuff. Maybe some photos that can raise value and people actually pay for them. That rare stuff, he was here, he was there. You can actually pay and get it, and then raise money.
All right.
That kind of way, man. Yeah, but when you talk of music, we are not limiting. It can be anything, man. We want to be creative. We believe in sound.
I think it's a good thing that you're advocating for people to have access to economic rights, obviously under intellectual property.
That's right.
Because that's how you derive financial gain
Yeah.
from something that is your creation.
That's right.
So if you have something that ensures that the creatives get paid,
Yes.
then
Like a
that's
system,
So what
That's
what
good.
mediums are you using online at the moment? Are you just doing Facebook, or what else are you using?
Okay, nice question, man. Well, at the moment, we're just using the big dogs, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, and YouTube. It's not, I wouldn't say we have the numbers we are expecting, but we're still gunning for more and pushing every day. We get followers, and either in the little bit of numbers, it works out still. And we're very grateful for that process. Yeah. But our vision, like I said, was to get that e-commerce on. Once that guy is on, we'll use these guys that are already actively on to promote it also to a point where it can actually stand to a number of,
Yeah, it's a good beginning
Followers.
since you're already developing that following.
That's right.
Yeah, so everybody who follows you on there knows where to find you.
That's right, man. That's right. SISP Solutions, man. The name, the logo actually defines itself.
All right, I want to talk a bit about your music.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, how more specifically how you got into that, you know, like what kind of music you were hearing growing up that influenced you.
Nice. Okay, honestly, I think at the core of it all, it's soul, man.
So,
It's soul, man. You know, I grew up on the Chameleon. You remember Kalevalika? Those days, man. I grew up on those days, man. And I would sing those songs with my big brother, and we were like, what? He was 12, I was maybe 8 or 9, something like that, man. 10. You know, we grew up on those songs, man. Like good sound, good content, and so at the core of it, you will feel something, you know. So I took a little bit of digging, you know, looking at soul itself. I'm like, okay, what really is the soul about? And looking at the soul today, as I stand, man, as a man, for sure, man, that's the core of my music. Soul, man, take it back to, I don't know who I was listening to that time, Michael Jackson, man. Those guys are on that soul vibe.
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah, so for me, it's soul, man. Soul. I think it led to soul. I'm attached to music. I feel like it's an extension of me, man.
so is that also what helped like drive you towards being more of a conscious
Yeah, I like
conscious
that.
rapper?
Yeah. Because I realized, man, that every music that made me feel away always had a conscious message that helped me grow. You know, I'm a person that doesn't really like school, man, and I don't want to get there, man. We might just get sued, man. You know? But honestly, right, I just feel for me the conscious side of music is music. Like, okay, this is why music actually exists. Because at the end of the day, I think music has a lot to do with worship than people say love. Because, you know, love has also been reduced to a woman. You know,
yeah, that's true.
You know, when love can even be for a tree, man, for the earth. You know, you're in love with the earth. You genuinely express it and show it through your understanding of what love is. People have different understandings, man.
It's not every artist who can appreciate, you know, the land. If anything, can we think of any?
You know what I mean? I think we have Kendrick, man. I can stand for Kendrick. To Pimp a Butterfly, man.
Oh, yeah,
He
okay.
talked about our land. I think here they're called Zulu, Kosa, whatever, man.
yeah,
I listened to it some time back recently.
that's wonderful.
Awesome.
So, you choose rap
Yeah, man.
as an avenue that you express yourself.
Express myself, for sure.
So,
Oh, and sorry, by the way, I also have dodged into a little bit of some jazz. So I'm trying to sing too, you know, that pumpy type of vibe where I'm trying to create melodies with my voice, but still focusing on the rap
Okay.
and the content, especially, and the sound, like I said in the beginning. Yeah, so yeah, you can go on, man.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
to me, Sanjay seems like a poet
Yeah.
amongst
yeah,
a lot of other things.
For sure, man.
So, how do you integrate your poetry into your music? And have you considered poetry as a standalone way or means of getting, you know, the message across?
Okay, so the first question was, how do I
Integrate the poetry.
Okay.
The music.
Okay. I think today things are changing. You know, information keeps increasing, and people's feelings are changing every day, based on probably, of course, what is selling or what has been made to sell out there. You know, the type of thinking. I'm not trying to stereotype it. You know, I really love our listeners to also be open-minded with Sanjay. And Mr. Paz.
Yeah.
So I think the poetry part of me in this music thing has been lyrical content. Yeah, I've tried my best to always narrate a story in what I'm trying to bring out, and also make you feel something and maybe over-express. That's my tactic. So when you talk about poetry today, as a standalone now, I'm on the second one, I think I can, and I think a time will come when it will. People right now are a little bit interested in sound, a little bit of some noise, I would say, because yeah.
We love melody as a people.
We do.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
We grew up with melody.
We grew up with melody, so it's hard, man, to get you to listen to me like you are doing right now, man. You know, reciting a poem. But if we can get to such a place, because a poem is like a speech, man. You know, when the president is talking, he's about to give an official statement, maybe to even the nation he's addressing at the time. Everybody will be attentive to like, okay, what is he gonna say? Sorry, you know. So yeah, man, I think poetry can stand alone, and I think I'll try. Thank you for bringing that up. I'll write it down, man. I think I'll try, because honestly, the future needs to be open to such.
Here's another question.
Yeah.
I've seen your videos.
Awesome.
You know, you post something up and you're rapping
Yeah.
and stuff, and I've noticed that what you do is it's like you get into a zone.
Yeah.
You know, where you start to flow, and it really just goes on from there. So
Yeah.
can we talk a little bit about that? How do you achieve that?
Mr. Paz, why are you allowing this?
I'm interested now as well. So.
Okay. So what exactly would you want to know exactly about that, man? Exactly.
Maybe
Okay,
like,
just
your process.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, how I get there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be honest, man. I'm a guy that appreciates art, man. I grew up in a place where art was the core of everything, you know. You would see these sculptures. I took art in school, and I fell in love with it the same way I connected with music. So, one way or another, I appreciated a guy like Critic. He's been rapping for over 10 years, man. You know, and then I listened to some stuff he did like back in the days,
Way back,
yeah. Man, when rap in Zambia was
From
like,
the-
what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Go to school,
From the district
get your
line.
degree. When you're done with your degree, get your master's.
And get your doctorate.
That's right. Then go look for a job. You know what I mean, man? But then he inspired me, man. He inspired me, honestly. I saw him do a freestyle one time with a beat that was playing in the background. You know, so he was freestyling, and I was inspired, man. And then at that time, it was just recently, man, as I started those conscious sessions, yeah. He interesting, man. This is real life for me, man. Like true story. He rapped at a time when I needed it, man. He wasn't saying what I wanted, but then he made me feel like I needed to do this, man. This is why that guy, he always will have my respect, man. In Zambia, shout out to you, Critic, man. We need to buy vision.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nice.
So like, when did you
Inspired me, man. Start.
When did you start doing music?
2017.
2017. So you've been
And
at
you know,
it.
for me, since the word God's always been conscious, man. I've never changed the genre. Now I want to express my sound, man. So you hear me in a little bit of some Afro beats, a lot of jazz. Of course, I'm working there. It's expensive, but it's good music. And a lot of electronic, also EDM, trying to dive in that space.
Okay.
Yeah, for everybody, man.
Could conscious music, conscious rap go with drum and bass? Like, I'm trying to think how that would fit in with like the fast sound,
Well,
you know?
drum and bass is
It
high
would.
energy.
It would.
Yeah.
You know, it is high energy. So
Yeah.
I think conscious rap, if anything, paints a picture of the state of the world. And more often
That's
than
right.
not, what you get is
right.
like, I mean, it's not that pretty. You know, there's things that are wrong everywhere in the world. You know, so on the alternative, drum and bass would have an inspirational, positive message.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, because the reference I have in my mind is common.
Okay, I think. Okay, if I was to guess
Yeah.
how it would fit in, right?
Yeah.
Even though like you got the fast drums, and if you had like the synth synthesizer like thing, like calmly in the back, right?
Yeah.
Because I've heard tracks like that where you have that peaceful ambient
Yeah.
kind of melody, and then you have like the fast beat. I think you could do poetry on top of that.
Yeah.
You know,
I was
not
thinking
like
of
in a
something.
rapping fashion, but like just literally doing poetry.
Oh my god.
All right, so you've never been one for like trap. Because that's very common amongst your peers at the moment, isn't it?
And I feel I answered too fast, huh? Okay. Personally, I have tried that sound a little bit with some stuff that I'm currently working on, man. Yeah, and I don't think it's bad. It's really good. It's creative. It's a little bit loud, so the older generation don't sit with it too well. But they need to understand that there's a new generation that has bigger ears. Yes.
There's music for every generation.
For every generation, I swear. So yeah, man, I feel for trap. It's good, but yeah,
it's not your sound.
It's not my sound, man.
Okay,
but it's good stuff.
That brings me to something I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Since you're conscious and you're young.
Yeah.
You're quite young.
Yeah, for sure. 20 something.
When you're when you're doing your music, is there any particular age group you are rapping to, or you're just expressing yourself?
I think at this point, that's a great question, and I want to make this one heard, man, I swear. I think at this point, mainly it's the youth, especially the ones in school. Because school is like my target market. I'm so against it in most of my songs that it provides a different and open perspective to students, But I've also tried my best to incorporate the older generation. So what I'm making now is targeting people 30 and above, and a little bit of a 25 and below to maybe 12, 14. Yeah, 14 at least, yeah.
Gives a youth something to aspire to in terms of generating some wisdom, right?
For sure. It's like a bridge, trying to connect the Balis and the youth.
I like that.
Yeah.
So when you think about doing a project, since you have acting projects, music projects, you have your creative internet thing,
business, yes.
Yeah. What type of projects do you gravitate towards?
Oh, okay. I think most of them are the ones I am feeling at the time. I won't lie. I have to have a soul connection, and the ones that are also relevant for the time.
Okay, that's important. Relevance.
You know what I mean? It's only right certain things come out at a certain time, regardless of the situation and circumstance. Otherwise,
that way you maximize like the potential of your message and the works that you do.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
All right, how did acting come about?
Ooh, okay, so I fell in love with visuals, man. Like, I started to see the world through my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, so I love to see things like this, I love to see things like that, and I'm like, okay, imagine me showing you how I love to see the world, and then with me in the world as I am showing you that.
Okay.
So for me, both sides, man, hence the CISP guys come in, because I really want to be involved in the creation of it and also in the acting of it, you can say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
so acting came through that inspiration. Yeah.
You're affiliated with a lot of talent.
That's right.
And the podcast being Chilanga Converses, I think it would only be fitting that we talk about Chilanga talent.
That's right. That's right.
So,
for sure, that's important.
Some of the people who you've worked with under CISP.
Okay.
Yeah. Who can we look out for?
I'm looking for my boys. I'm not even playing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's SML Pagre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's his stage name. Look out for that name. SML Pagre. That's one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Second guy, I'm looking for is Copy HP. That's my guy. So you guys are you guys limiting me to only rappers or just anything?
Rappers, actors, right?
Okay. No, then let me give even just 5 to be very fair.
Yeah.
But I'm looking for a lot of guys. Yeah. Ichisa, Precious. That girl's got so much potential. Acting, singing, she's blessed. She's amazing. I think I'll look for her too. Jay Hoden. He's bringing a new wave in Zambian, and it's trying to like readjust our listening process.
Okay.
Which for me I find very artistic and interesting and daring. You know, it's not easy, it's
Daring.
having challenges, but shout out to Jay Hoden. I'll play something for you guys after this.
What makes him daring?
He's bringing a sound that our ears will not allow. You know, imagine we have this cultural type of boundaries in Zambia specifically, and then here's a guy who's thinking beyond those boundaries. You know, like, why not go to church on a Monday instead of a Sunday? If I have to work on Sunday and not work on Monday, you know? That type of thinking, man.
Yeah, church should be open all week, right?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
There are those
Okay,
people
now,
who go every day.
yeah, there are people who go every day. Right now, like, of course, they will attack us on that, you know. But then the authentic day is Sunday. Why?
That's
God said,
that's like
man.
the Sabbath according to
You know?
certain types of Christianity.
Yeah, that people follow,
Well,
for sure.
Now we're on religion.
Let's not go
We
to-
can-
I'm not
we
touching
can-
that.
we
I'm
can-
not touching that.
Don't
Religion.
worry, don't
Oh.
worry. It's a safe topic. It's a safe topic. In a couple of weeks, it's going to be Christmas,
Okay,
right?
Okay, don't ask me that.
I'm sure you've heard people say that Christmas is a pagan holiday.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
I heard that.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about that?
You just had to, man. I'm about to write something on Christmas, man. So it would only be fair if maybe I pledge you guys the song when it's done. But I'll give you a little bit of a 1 or 2. I think we should be open to Christmas and also look at both sides of the coin. You know, let's really be open. Let's look at the side it benefits one as a person and you as a human being and others. Then also the other side where it doesn't benefit you as a person, and the race and the human beings. You know what I mean? I think let's just leave it open, but it's room for questioning definitely is there, especially on my side. So like I said, I don't have the knowledge on it yet. I'm still doing my research.
Okay.
Hopefully
But it's
he comes back on the podcast.
Yeah.
We can
Oh, it's
talk
up to
about
you.
it.
It's
but
really
it still
up to
calls
you
for
guys.
celebration, right?
It
Yeah,
really does.
I was thinking about how, you know, certain holidays like Christmas being the big one, how
Yeah.
it may not necessarily have like the best of origins, but like it's something we use around the world today to unite us as a people. You know, it's that time for giving, it's
Yeah.
that time for sharing, it's that
For
time
sure.
for
You
for
know.
loving, you know.
Yeah.
So, like, even if it like was founded from something bad, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just hard to hate on Christmas. You know? Like the other holiday I was thinking about is Valentine's Day. That is said also to be founded from like it's like a pagan holiday. Yeah. But it turned into like, you know, a baby holding an bow and arrow and making people fall in love. You know what I mean?
You know what I
So,
mean?
I believe as long as
For sure.
at the moment we're turning the negative around.
That's right.
I believe it's progress amongst the people.
For sure. I find that answer. I find that thought sorry very interesting.
Yeah, it's how you take the power, the negative power away
That's right.
from something.
With the that's powerful. This is why I also said people should be open to it, you know, because there are people that will take anything that comes their way on a silver platter, you know, when certain things really do need questioning. And I think the very essence of my music is questioning. I really do question a lot of things that people just see to be normal and say, oh, it's life, let's just live. I'm the type that wants to take 2 steps back, you know, like Kendrick Lamar put it, you know, I don't pedal backwards, but you know, he said something you know, I'm old-fashioned, but I don't pedal backwards. Something I had in Black Panther, the album. He said something I had, man.
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
Something to look out for next time we bump it.
For sure. Sure.
So, acting-wise, how do you prepare for a role? How do you get into the mind of the character that you are playing? You know?
I think I take away emotions. I've got a big heart, man. But when I'm acting, at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm the character. So screw how I feel for a minute, put my feelings away for a bit, then I get into it, man.
Okay, so it's that simple. It's like character on, Sanjay off.
That's right.
Then go
That's
in.
right. That's right. If my character expects me to be poor, crying, hurt, I'll be that character, man. Because I feel I can play multiple characters in real life, even with the camera off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I refer to it as what, code switching.
Yeah. For sure.
So let's talk about the struggle. What struggles have you come across, like challenges for you as a creative person? Because we live in a very conservative country,
Yeah.
so there are roadblocks along the way.
For sure. I feel at this point, I wouldn't necessarily say the main struggle we are facing as creatives and the people that personally I have come across, you know, are facing is probably money, as most would put it, and say lack of sponsorship, lack of help, lack of people listening. I think it's lack of systems. Because honestly, if we have, here's I was having a conversation with my ancestor the other day, so I was telling her to say, imagine going to school, yeah, university, okay, if the government wants, university, man, you're done. After 4 years, yeah, whatever you paid for your studies, 20% of it was kept every semester. That added all together, you graduate, you're given that money to start a business or just to enter society, you're even advised, you know, you're asked, what exactly do you want to do? Trust me, man, right now in Zambia, like that amount of money, if put together, anything you want to start, you can start, man.
You know, that's actually a very good idea.
You know what I mean, huh?
Is it practical though?
It can be very practical, honestly, man, because people pay too much. The students pay too much, man. And then at the end of it all, when you look at statistics, for few who are lucky, they start businesses because maybe they've got higher sponsorship all the way, they'll finish everything. But you know, for the many who are unfortunate, it becomes a challenge, man. You know, so imagine entering society after. I think people look forward to university, in my opinion, because the essence of school, unfortunately, where I'm from in maybe Africa at large, I don't know about, you know, outside Africa, honestly, but where I'm from, the unfortunate part of it is it's really brought down to paper, a job. You know, you look at the majority statistics, okay, don't lie. You know, little graduate with knowledge they could actually use to add value to our country. And by value, you know, systems, man. Look at the big businesses. Shout out to Trade Kings. You know, we need more black-owned businesses like that in Zambia. You know, imagine having 100, man. The issue of unemployment will be over, and if we have 100, that means mindsets are different. Yeah. So in my opinion, man, the struggle has been, or I think is right now, is it's a large struggle. It's a national struggle. I think even bigger artists are facing it. I've met some people recently who have opened up my mind. Very interesting, man. How these people are thinking of starting to sell music through their online platforms. I'm sure you've heard of Investor Sunny. So there's a new one I came across today, Wadula, Wabula, something like that. But look out for it. Look out for it. You know, it even feels, you know, Zambian. The name itself .com, Wabula.com, something like that. Don't sue me. Yeah. So I was like, this is interesting. You know, even bigger artists, I think, are facing that struggle. honestly. In as much as they can have shows, but what happens when COVID-19 strikes for 8 months and you can't have a show and you depended on a show for you to survive as an artist in Zambia? It's a problem.
You know, we did watch we watched a Zamrock documentary once, and what happened to a lot of Zamrock artists is that they had to stop and get jobs because they didn't have enough backing, you know, to pretty much keep them on that artistic plane where they resonated with. You know, so I can understand.
Here's a thought. You remember how one of them said that they were in Kenya and they had to print 100 records and they could only print 100 because that's what they could fit in their luggage.
Yeah.
And they came back here and they sold those copies. But then in modern day times, like today, 2020, the artist can have a song done, you know, it's mixed and mastered, it's finished, he puts it out there on the online platforms with the listener brought that much closer to the artist. You know, how is it that artists are failing to bridge the gap to have people actually listen to their music when it's just like 5 megabytes away?
You know what I mean?
But okay, what I've found is if I'm interested in like say a Zambian song I heard, you know, I might ask somebody, you know, what's that track, and they don't really know the title, but they know that the artist, right? Okay, from there I look around the artist, try and search for that.
Yeah.
It's hard to find this music.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, like we've been trying to find, you know, Slap D's new album.
Yeah.
And we are like genuinely interested in that project, but we can't find it.
That's because you want to get it for free.
I mean, what are the paid platforms? You know, if we had something, like the ones you mentioned, those platforms you mentioned, right? You can buy from them.
Yes, you can buy.
All right.
Okay.
Interestingly, you can even use Airtel MTN money, man, and that's like the essence of banking in Zambia right now. You know.
Or maybe let me rephrase my question.
Yeah.
Please.
Once the song has been completed, what work is put in at that stage to inspire somebody or to incite an element of desire in somebody so that they get the song and they listen to it, you know? Yes.
I got your question. Please ask it one more time. I want to be very reasonable.
Okay, yes. Okay, yeah. Once, okay, like say if I wanted to do a song, you know, I want to do a song and the song is done, you know, so what work needs to go in after that song has been completed? The producer cuts it for me on a CD, you know, he gives it to me, and what work needs to go in after that point to have people listen to the song? Because for me, that's where I think the problem is.
Exactly.
You know,
That's
that
beautiful.
promotion of the music.
Yeah.
Even though the music is readily available,
Yes.
you know, on the internet, you have artists on Spotify, on AudioMac, on Reverb Nation, but they don't get plays.
Yeah. You know, I genuinely have been thinking about that, and you're very right. This is why in the beginning I honestly started by, you know, talking of systems. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What you said, you know, systems.
Systems. Really, it is about systems at the core of it, man.
Yeah, because that's support system.
Exactly. Here's my intuition, you know, telling me there'll be better days. Honestly, man. Shout out to Cole. Imagine in America, yeah. Okay, I know our value for our money, for our currency, and the value for their currency
It's different.
is different. You know what I mean? Huh?
And America is like 350 million people.
That's right. That's right. And I love that you've brought that up. I really love that you brought that up. My dad made me walk about that recently. It's a point I neglected. Looking at countries like China, Russia, America, you know, these guys have got the numbers. So it's easy to make $2 million, man. You know, even in a day, man. And this is why businesses there thrive, and even the thinking itself is quite diverse, man. You can't have all those people thinking the same, you know. So in Zambia, I think the problem has always been, maybe like Sanjay put it, yeah. If you know, it's really about choice, yeah. But the systems, man. Okay, we have a TV system in Zambia. Yeah? We have a radio system in Zambia.
Yeah.
Like close to maybe half our population listens to the radio, or like half our population on a TV, man. You know, I feel if we had systems that were quite effective, the content would be so diverse that it will lead people to other vices, even through the internet, through those two mediums that, okay, we can say as a country, everybody at least can afford or have connection to, you know, spreading that message to everybody to say, yo, this is what's going on. You have these options to make, you know. And another thing, another thing, imagine selling a song for as low as 15 way. You know, just maybe from there, you start from there, maybe. Think about it, man.
Rather than 10 kwacha. Because America is doing $1 point, 10 cents for a song, and maybe it's just because, like you said, they have the numbers we don't. Yeah?
So they can get by.
They can buy, and at the end of the day, you make something. I feel if the systems were strong, we would sell one song for 15 kwe. And when that song goes out there, it will be downloaded. Okay, simple math. Better than nothing, man, as an artist. You know, your music is out there, and then there's a system that's promoting it for free. Maybe, based on what they've put in place, the percentage is already known to how much that system that's promoting your stuff for free is getting. I think America has created something like that when you guys think about it. When you look at systems like Spotify, you know, okay, they're businesses, yeah, but I think of them as systems. You know, Spotify, iTunes and the like. People pay for those services, man. But why do people pay? You know, because they can afford. The majority can afford. Okay, fine. Our economy is doing bad, yeah. But trust me, man, people know I need to listen to Sanjay's new song. And then it's only available for 15 way. He doesn't pick up my phone, go and I ask for the songs. You know, it's only 15 way. And you know, in your Airtel money, you've got maybe a 15 way or your bank account. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just try it, my boy. And then you're actually inspired, moved to even buy more. I think even your mindset will change. You'll be like, oh, so this month, I need a 200 kwacha to buy new music. You know, you start budgeting your money like that. You know, so like you said, man, we do lack options, we do lack good systems. Hence, we are forced to listen to even what you don't want to listen to.
Okay.
Also,
and the art is being depreciated at the end of the day.
Those systems to distribute.
Exactly.
Like you said,
Yeah.
the guys could only put those records in a suitcase.
You see?
When there should be like a record label who should be in charge of distribution,
That's right.
promotion,
That's right.
all of these
Yeah.
things. And
And they shouldn't even like you. You know, your promotion. I think in the future in Zambia, you know, this is a business idea. I love this podcast. I think a time will come, man, when promotion and distribution will be like a serious business. Like, people will go to an artist regardless of how bad his sound is. If they just feel he's got potential, we can make money. They'll sign a deal with him. When they sign that deal, help him based on whatever they have, you know, put him out on stage, what, make the money. And then when the time comes, they're like, okay, so from this month to this month, your bank details are so much. So we're getting our cut. Here's your cut. Start something.
And as great as artists are, you know, them having to be in charge of all these other things, you know, managing how where their music goes, how it's promoted, you know, especially like okay, there's Sanjay who knows about target demographics, right?
Yeah.
But what about somebody who's talented, makes music in like the combon, you know?
You know what I mean?
They don't know how to
Like,
get
take
that
their
music to you know what I mean?
That's powerful. That's powerful. Hence, I said we need systems.
Support system.
Yeah. You know, it comes back to
Because let's look at an artist's options.
Mm-hmm.
right?
I like
let's,
that.
Let's look at an artist's
Yeah.
options.
To be fair, it can be
so-
compared to a student's options.
No, I mean
Okay, yeah.
in
No,
terms
yeah.
of in terms
I
of
just hate
getting the
school,
music
man.
in terms of getting the music out there.
The
Yeah.
radio.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, he goes to the radio.
Mhm.
He's like, play my CD.
But
Right.
you find that even like the DJ, he'll want money.
He'll
Yeah.
want a cut.
That's
Yes.
true.
You know, so if you're going to open for another artist, you need to pay something.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know, I
Yeah.
mean, what's sad is even in the States, it's there. They
Yeah.
call it payola.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of
So for instance, like that Drake and DJ Khaled song,
that. Yeah.
for free. You know, it went pretty high up on the charts for airplay, and it was alleged that it was because of payola. You know, so I guess it's not a very good outlook for an artist who's starting out.
Yeah,
That's the
especially in
point.
Zambia, if that's the main one,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
that's why a lot of our music is pretty much buried. You
Yeah,
know?
for
Yeah.
sure.
I guess there's ZNBC.
Hmm.
I believe that they do play stuff for free.
You know.
But
Yeah.
but the thing is, as well, you know, the people putting the music on
Yes.
air.
Yes.
You know, they also have their preferences.
That's right.
You know.
Yes.
Sadly.
Yes.
Sadly, I think this is why education needs to play its part, man. We need people who are educated in that area. You know. Okay, so he's playing music for 2 hours. He needs to play at least 50 genres. He has to mix those 50 genres, and he gets paid for that. You know, to be fair. Yeah. Hence, really the support system, man. I think if the kid in the company knows how to go to school, you know, really the kid knows how to go to school, man, from the combo, and then you make known to that kid even through school itself to say you can be an artist, you can create something, even just and take it here, and then they'll accept it, help you improve it, and then move business.
like programs, right?
You know, like it should be a program. It shouldn't be something like they have a set to say no, your music is whack. No, they should be
You
like,
know,
okay, let's help us. Can we help you?
Having read a little about intellectual property law,
Nice.
you discover, and essentially that's what music is.
Yes, it is.
You know, it's
Yeah.
rights which are derived from ownership of creations of the mind.
That's right.
You know,
Yes.
so you notice a trend that the world's richest people are people who have created intellectual property,
Too much.
like Mark Zuckerberg,
That's right.
his roommate,
That's right.
Bill Gates,
Yes.
Jeff Bezos, you know, Jack Ma, all these people. You know, it's through creations of intellectual property. So, for an artist who aspires to reach those heights
That's right.
in Zambia,
Mm.
you know, like realistically speaking,
Yes.
is that attainable? Given the systems that we have in this country.
Given the systems we have, it
Currently,
is attainable, but it's a rough road.
Hmm.
It might even take you some time.
Hmm.
I think the systems need to be cleansed.
Cleansed.
Like they need revisiting. Who can actually come and analyze
I
what's
like
going
that
on.
you use cleansed.
They're not demolished, man. They're not
With
built
holy
on-
water.
Yeah. Sure.
you know what I've seen done.
Yeah.
I guess I think it's still done to this day, really.
Yeah.
You could talk about America or London or these places, but I think this is their main source of getting artists out there in Jamaica. is they hold competitions. You know, like best dance hall, this, that, and what record labels do is they send somebody to scout for that talent.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
and you know, winners, even people who didn't win, you know, because the record label people are there.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You
They
could
know
even
who to-
start off as an independent artist
That's
off of the
right.
buzz generated from that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess if you had labels or media companies who threw such things like competitions, you would give artists more exposure.
Yeah,
Like
and you know, a thought just came to my mind, man. Sorry, remember the Tukwacha 15 Gwe thought, yeah? I'm on that baby, I'm on that baby. You know, imagine how they go in the ghetto, deep here in Zambia, you know, even a province that's not really doing much, and then set up large camps, start scouting for such, you know, and then they see potential, they help them improve it a little bit, man, because the people who are trained in music, man, the people who are trained in all that kind of stuff, they have people specifically for that. They get that music, man, create as much, you know, intellectual property as they can. I feel in Zambia, the reason why we are doing this bad is because we are really exporting less and importing more. You know, that's messing our culture, you know. So imagine we shift, because honestly, man, I think our nation has got the brilliant minds that are needed, man, to take us to the next level.
Can I bring up a point on that?
Please.
So, in terms of import and export, right?
Yeah.
In order for you to export, your exports need to be of a certain standard.
That is right.
A certain standard.
Right. Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So, for us to start exporting music,
That's right.
you know, we need to raise our standards.
I love that you brought that up. Recently, I attended an event. I don't even want to mention it for the sake of, you know. But to some extent, I wasn't really too impressed because, you know, like you said, standard of our music quality, the simplest things, man, matter the most.
Yeah.
And this is why I think these guys are abroad, and that's something I'm trying to do with my music. I got to a point where, for me, I didn't care about the production. I just cared about the beat and my vocals there. And what I'm saying, period, for me, man. Then I came to realize it's more than that, man. Oh, you're in the industry, you're in the business, or you're just doing it for fun. There's a standard to everything. iPhone wouldn't be iPhone if it wasn't for their standards. Let's be fair. Even Samsung, man, these guys are on point, you know. So regardless of the situation at hand, I think you're very right, man.
But I'm thinking about how we
We can raise those standards.
raise those standards
We can,
for a lot of
man.
people,
Okay.
because
You really can.
there's there are Zambian artists like J Rocks, and when he was with Zone Fam, and there's Roberto, who their songs have been hits internationally because they got to that like a standard in which it can be appreciated.
That's right.
But
That's
how do we get everybody else
to that standard.
On that standard.
Like how do we
Education
demand that everybody?
gets to this standard.
Gets to that
Education.
level.
I think
Sorry to cut you
it's
short.
all good.
Sorry to cut you short.
It's all good.
I think the answer is a simple one,
Okay.
and I think the answer is business.
Nice. I like that.
Because music is
Okay.
a business.
Yes.
You know what?
I like that.
That goes back to systems, doesn't it? Because
Systems.
I see,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
see it. But thank you for bringing it to my attention.
Yeah.
Because if you had record labels, right, who distribute this music internationally and locally,
Yeah.
and they were pretty much rejecting certain standards,
Mm-hmm.
people would be like, okay, this is what will get my music out there or across the country.
That's right.
So
Standards. I think music would improve, would have good sound. I dream of a Zambia that makes its own music systems. You know, having a company, man, that manufactures parts for radios, for speakers, for headphones. You know, from the. I think we have the minerals here, man. We just need to do our digging. and our right education.
And you know, there's a lot of engineers you could find out there
Yes.
who
Trust me.
need the work.
Trust me, bro.
It's wild.
Crazy. Okay, sadly, we're at a point in the world where money can really make things go round. So if maybe, just maybe, a couple of people with a lot of bucks right now who love this nation came together and even made it a partnership and said, yo, let's invest in this. Let it be a school. You know the way people own schools here? You can say as a partnership, each one benefits even 3 schools. You make them big universities, place them all over Zambia, man. All over Zambia, and make sure wherever you're placing them, whatever development is discovered, even at a national level, you know, we embrace it. Because sometimes I feel international development confuses us. You know, we think it's development, but sometimes I think it takes us a little bit back. You know, no offense to them, I mean, they've done a good job in the long run.
But it's tailored for their environment, right?
Exactly. Why can't we have something tailored for our environment?
But okay, do you believe that there's like, for especially like creatives, right? That there is a reluctance, like they hold back when it comes to things like approaching people with money. Like for example, me and a group of my friends, we need money to start a media company, right? But we think, what's the point of approaching, you know, these old conservative people with money? Like, is it really worth it?
You know what I mean?
You know, is there a reluctance in the community of creatives to do that sort of thing?
I don't even think it's a reluctance. I think maybe the creatives are afraid, firstly, and I don't blame most of them. They're afraid because of what they think the other end will conclude on their issue. You know? So, at the end of the day, the reluctant part really comes out of a place of them being scared or afraid of what will actually come out on the other end.
All right. I guess this is my final question.
Yeah, let's bring it. Woo. We made it this far.
Has the corona period
Oh God.
made it even harder to get projects done?
50-50.
50-50.
50-50. Because I think people in our country are exposed to different opportunities, and there's some that really do take the opportunities and some who don't. So for those that did take the opportunities, quickly adjusted, I think, to the COVID-19 situation, and henceforth, it just happened, man. They're thriving. While others, like me, myself, I inclusive, it was messed up. When COVID hit, I didn't really anticipate its direct affection to my business and endeavors in line. So it really took me 2 steps back. I think for a month to 3 I was messed, but after coming to analyze it for a little bit at a reluctant pace, because I was, what demon is this? You know, it was mad. Yeah, managed to a little bit adjust.
So, in a way, did it help you, you know, adapt?
Yeah, I think it did.
The way hard situations
Hit
make you realize
there's a change.
different avenues in
That's
which you
right.
can succeed.
That's right. I think it did for me. It was a mind opener, and I might be a little bit too late, but I think we're right on time.
That's true.
Okay, so projects
Yeah.
from Mr. Sanjay. What should we expect? What's out there?
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so on versasani.com I have my first album, Mixtape, actually, Changed Soul. This is why I sampled a lot of records from the greats, remade my own type of sound, and just rapped consciously. This is stuff I started working on back in like 2017. Paused for a little bit. 18, did a lot of the work. 19, it was out there 1st December. So in a few more days, 1st December, change, so the mixtape clocks a year.
Okay.
Yeah. So you guys can check it out on Versasan. It's only available for buying. Buy Zambian products.
Buy Zambian products.
Yeah,
support
your
local.
Yeah,
Support
I
your
like
local
that.
team.
Support your
Support
local.
local.
For sure.
Okay,
For
so
sure. But expect something on the 1st of December for sure. In appreciation of the same album.
how many
Maybe
kwachas would I have to depart with?
99 kwacha. 99.99.
So those of you, by the time you hear this and you haven't got the project yet, at least now you know that it's out. You should look for him, Sanjay, Chilanga's very own. It's been another episode of Chilanga Converses
Yeah.
with Mr. Pars, or you can call me Sunday,
Mulu the Kingpin.
with the Kingpin, and
Sanjay.
all right, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you again another time.
Chilanga Converses.